Welcome to Krempels Center's annual Breakfast for Brain Injury fundraising event. I'm Becky Kates, Development Director for Krempels Center, and I'm happy to welcome you to our virtual event, although I'm sure we'd all much rather be together in person. But we're very grateful to have you here today with us. And now I have the great honor of introducing Jamie Joyce, President of the Board of Directors of Krempels Center, and Jim Kerrigan from the Meredith Village Savings Bank, a sponsor for today's event. Hi, Jamie.
Good morning, Becky. How you doing?
Wonderful. Thank you for being here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I'm Jamie Joyce, the president of the board of directors for Krempels Center. Hopefully everyone else was able to hear Becky. Had a little sound issue on this end. So welcome, everybody.
Oh, good morning, everyone. I'm Jim Kerrigan. I'm the branch and business development manager of Meredith Village Savings Bank in Portsmouth and a very proud sponsor of this event today.
So we're excited that everyone can join us this morning. Thank you all for being here. And although this is not our usual event, we wish we could be here in person to see everybody face to face. We're so thankful for the opportunity to share with you the work that Krempels Center continues throughout these trying times. The stories that you are going to hear are amazing. We have some very inspirational members and how we can help keep Krempels Center strong and innovative for the future.
So I've seen the programming firsthand, from helping to select really beautiful artwork for the annual calendar, which is a must-have. And some of my fondest memories from the holiday season last year was the time I spent with the folks over at Krempels, be it wrapping presents or the holiday fair. Just incredible times and incredible programming. So Meredith Village is very proud to sponsor the event today, and I get to enjoy a cup of coffee from my fancy new mug here, which I'm enjoying.
Yes, absolutely. So if you registered before the 9th, you should have received your package in the mail with your new mug, our 20th anniversary Krempels Center mug, the annual report, and most importantly, a pledge form. Copies of the annual report will be emailed to you after this event, so keep an eye out for that if you haven't received it already.
Whether you have this mug or not, we ask you to take a photo of yourself this morning with your mug or with some of your Krempels Center swag, and or you can just take a picture of yourself watching the event and then tag it on social media with hashtag Breakfast for Brain Injury 2020, or and I can't make this up, hashtag BYO Bacon. That's BYO Bacon, and show your support that way too.
Well, I didn't bring my bacon this morning, but I do have my mug. So thank you for sharing the morning with us. We're very excited to share the strides that we have made and the success that we've had as an organization. But none of this could be possible without the support of the countless others in the last 20 years who have invested into the Krempels Center program. Things are changing the lives of brain survivors with incredible programming, and we're very excited for what the future holds with your support. I'm very happy to introduce to you Lisa Couture, who's the executive director, who will tell you more about the Krempels Center programs and what we've been accomplishing.
Thank you, Jamie, and thank you, Jim, for sponsoring us. We're very much appreciative. As Jamie mentioned, I'm the executive director of Krempels Center and have been so for the past 11 years. I'm incredibly proud of the work we've accomplished over those years and before my time. I'm just so excited to be here this morning with you. I really miss seeing you all. It's always such a really fun event in person, but I'm very grateful we've been able to pull off this virtual breakfast event this year, and you all are on YouTube and hopefully can connect with one another through the comments section. I am sad to not be with you, but I am very proud of this event, and a special shout out to Becky Kates, our development director, who you almost heard from this morning, as well as the rest of the development team, and Darcy Creative for putting together this event for us this morning. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Krempels Center and what we do, we're a nonprofit dedicated to improving the lives of acquired brain injury survivors, which includes brain injuries from trauma, stroke, tumor, or other assaults to the brain. We offer a diversity of programming each day that we're open that's designed to meet the unique needs of brain injury survivors. These programs are run by our professional staff in partnership with interns from allied health and social service disciplines, as well as other professionals in the community. Over the last 20 years, we've thrown everything we have in providing the best possible service for our members. Our programs are evidence-based, and research shows that our members' quality of life more closely resembles people without brain injuries than their brain-injured peers. And there are only a handful of organizations out there like us in the country, as our program continues to be 20 years later, an innovative model for people living with the long-term effects of their brain injury. So what we do well. Like any nonprofit, we've had our triumphs and challenges along the way, but truly nothing compares to what we faced this year. As we serve a health vulnerable population, it took very little time this past March to decide to close our doors to in-person programming. The foundation of our model is to create a sense of belonging and community, a place to be who you are and connect with other people who really get what you're going through. So we were faced with this situation. How are we, as a staff and as an organization, going to continue to meet our mission apart from one another and provide that continued sense of community, support, and meaningful experiences for our members? Because of the previous investments we've made in technology and infrastructure, and investment that we had thoughtfully made and were able to do so with support of our donors, our staff were immediately able to begin working remotely. Because of the work we put into community partnerships and building a strong board of directors, we had a group of dedicated volunteers helping to guide us through uncertain times. And a quick shout out to Jamie Joyce, who you just heard from, who's our president, board president, for his leadership and for the leadership of the board. Thank you so much. And because of investments in our incredibly talented, knowledgeable professionals, program staff, we were ready and capable of innovating once again by creating a program online that worked for our members. I'm beyond thrilled that our virtual program has been successfully running for months now, providing that same sense of community, opportunity, and hope. And just another quick shout out to Barb Kresge, our program director, and the program team. They really hit it out of the park. Their dedication, their devotion, their hard work for months and months to pilot this really cool idea that's really working. Much thanks to you all. But none of this would be possible without all of you. Thank you for empowering us, investing in the organization, and truly making this world a better place for brain injury survivors and their families. And none of it would be possible without the foresight of David Krempels, the founder of our organization, who I'm happy to introduce now.
Thank you very much, Lisa. I hope you all can hear me. Good morning, I'm David Krempels. Thank you for joining us in this experiment. I really do miss seeing all of you face to face. Then again, there's some benefits to staying in your jammy bottoms and slippies. Next year, we're going to all have Krempels Center bathrobes. You know my story. It's like hundreds of others that have come through our doors. I survived a severe traumatic brain injury in 1992. 1 minute, I was a happy, successful, kind of hot shot in my community building a career. The next minute, I was this desperately lonely, weird guy with a brain injury, staggering around in a world where nothing made sense. The only place I really felt understood and something like normal was in a monthly brain injury support group. That was the impetus for creating Krempels Center, a place where survivors could come together, hang out, learn some great stuff, make friends, and have real lives just like everyone else. I know I'm biased, but I think it has become the most amazing, friendly, supportive, even loving community anywhere. I call it the magic of Krempels Center. You could see bits of it in some of the videos if you saw them before the show started. And if you've been there, you felt it. Last March, everything changed everywhere for everyone. All of a sudden, we were all isolated and wandering around in this strange new world where nothing made sense. The challenge for Krempels Center was, how does an organization built on the principle of bringing people together, how do we survive when people have to stay apart? I have nothing but admiration for the way the Krempels staff responded. At Krempels Center, this is how we applaud. And I give that to the staff 100 times over. No offense, please, but we're not a bunch of 20-something techies. We're occupational therapists, social workers, health and human services providers, and we delivered at crunch time. To my amazement and joy, the magic of Krempels Center even works on my computer. No, it's not the same, but it's really, really good. Some of our members can't manage the online experience. We know that, we care. We are continuously working to reconnect with them and bring as many into the fold as we can. On the other hand, there's at least one positive outcome from this crisis. Transportation is a major barrier for many who want to come to the center. For some, it's easier to pull up to a computer monitor, point and click, than to line up a ride and a caregiver. They can come more easily and more often than before. So here we are, fall 2020. Same mission, different delivery system. Same magic, different arena. Just this week, I received a handwritten note from a woman we helped many years ago. At the time, she was caring for a dear friend who'd had a severe traumatic brain injury. She was truly grateful and wanted to give back. Every year since, she has donated 2% of her annual commission on real estate sales, more than $35,000. That kind of trust blows us away. We need to ask you to trust us now. We want to be here for another 20 or 40 or 100 years. We used to call this our fundraising breakfast, and I was always happy to let others raise the funds. Now it's my turn. I'm really proud of all the great stuff we have done for 20 years. Great stuff possible only because you believed in us. We need you to keep believing. We need you to help us again, this year, now. We try to make it simple. Click on the link on your screen or complete the pledge form sent to you. Your support matters. If you're not quite persuaded yet, please watch the following video that shows the power of community and the magic that happens when people come together. Thanks.
You know, like everybody, the COVID pandemic caught us by surprise, and we left on a Friday, planning to come back the following Monday, and came back on the very next Monday and said, we're not coming back in a week. We've got to do something. So we spent the week figuring out how to offer online programming. The reality for us was that there was no option to not do it. There wasn't a single person in our organization that questioned whether or not that was something that we should do. It just was an obvious thing. We can't leave our members out there isolated.
So one thing that I learned about Krempels Center in this pandemic is truly what makes it magical. It's the combination of the staff and the members and the dedication that they have to the well-being of each other. It's the background and the connection that the staff makes with the members to know what they're feeling, what they're doing, what they need, and check in, not just during the meeting, but after the meeting as well. And then it's the behind the scenes with members just checking in with each other, encouraging them to try Zoom.
When the pandemic happened and first things shut down, it was so isolating. I felt like I had just had my injury again. It was like the whole world was like out there and like I was not a part of it. It was just kind of weird and kind of depressing a little bit. And it's just really nice that even though it's not the same as like, you know, to give my buddy David a fist bump or, you know, hug a member or something like that, just to know that like we're all out here, like even if it's on the screen, it's like you still feel like you're a part of something.
Through this Zoom, you're able to get direct, quick connection and participation with others and take classes.
I definitely participate more often on Zoom. I also do it a lot going to campus as well, but on Zoom it did keep me occupied on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
For me, it's the way to stay involved with people and a program that have been an important part of my life for 16 years now. The important thing is the people are the same. You know, the staff is the staff and the interns are still the interns and the members are still the members. We're doing the best we can.
I appreciate in that I found how at Krempels you really seek to help each other and how by helping us show that we can be helpful also.
The Krempels Center is just such a huge part of a lot of our lives, and I think it's important to note that without the support of people that help Krempels and provide money, this wouldn't even be possible. So we appreciate it very much and thank you.
Thank you so much, and we really appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you so much.
I love that video, and hopefully you guys can hear me still or hear me again. I'm still Becky Kates, Development Director for Krempels Center, at least so far. Maybe by the end of this, maybe not, we'll see. But I love that video, and it makes me so inspired to be a part of this. And I am honored to have the pleasure to introduce Tiffany Melanson, who is the Vice President of Marketing for First Seacoast Bank, who's the sponsor of that video, and then also a board member at Krempels Center. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi, Becky. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First Seacoast Bank is proud to be the video sponsor for this year's Breakfast for Brain Injury because it truly helps communicate a mission and positive impact center. As a 130-year-old community bank, there is nothing more important to us than supporting the local people, businesses, and nonprofits that make the Seacoast strong. You will continue to hear about what makes Krempels Center so unique and how the organization serves as a life-changing resource for so many people. Thank you in advance for your consideration in making a donation today, which can be done by simply clicking on the link on your screen or filling out the form, and truly will help us continue for the next 20 years and beyond. From my experience as a board member, I can attest to how Krempels Center truly works to make the world a better place, starting right here in the Seacoast. You will now hear more about this important work from a member of the Krempels Center community. It is my pleasure to introduce David Lupa.
Good morning. My name is David Lupa. I have been a Krempels Center member since January of 2018. In the summer of 2013, I was riding in a car with a friend. I was on the phone and my head started drooping. My speech started slurring. He looked over at me and asked if I was okay. I was doing my best to hold on to the phone, but I couldn't hold it. I dropped it. Luckily, my friend was an EMT and realized what was happening to me. I was having a seizure due to a blood vessel in my head bursting, an aneurysm. He called 911. His truck had emergency lights. He turned those on and we drove to meet the ambulance that was on the way. I went to the hospital and was immediately helicoptered to Burlington, Vermont to receive the treatment I needed. I don't remember any of that. This is just what I was told. The first thing I remember was 3 to 4 months later coming out of a coma with a breathing tube in my neck and a feeding tube in my belly. I had to learn to speak again, and then I went to Crotched Mountain. I learned to walk again and continued with speech therapy. When I got home, I was excited to be with my ragdoll cats again. One stayed by my side for over a month. She was always with me. I got involved with my local brain injury support group. That's where I first heard about the Krempels Center. I live about 2 hours away from Portsmouth in Troy, New Hampshire. We took a trip to Portsmouth to learn more about the Krempels Center. I attended a fireside chat and thought, wow, these people are all very welcoming and been in some of the same situations I had been in. It seemed like a group of like-minded individuals, no pun on mind. I really wish Krempels Center was closer so that I could have been part of the community. My mom really wanted me to be involved in Krempels Center. She was inspired by meeting many of the members and thought, I want that for Dave. My dad and mom agreed that driving once a week could work. Every Wednesday I would wake up around 6:30 in the morning and drive 2 hours to attend Krempels Center. It was exhausting but worth it. Krempels Center was something to look forward to every week. Prior to brain injury, I built, tested, and troubleshot circuit boards for industrial printers. I also used to go off-roading on an ATV. I wanted to get back on a bike for years. Through Krempels Center and the King Challenge, I was able to discover the adaptive bikes. I am looking into the possibility of getting one for myself so I can ride the rail trails near me. When we were in person at Krempels Center, I enjoyed the sense of community and sense of belonging. When I heard we were going virtual, my first thought was, how is that going to happen? Then I realized I would be able to attend every day from my laptop instead of just once a week without a 4-hour-long round-trip commute. I get to experience a lot more now that Krempels Center is virtual. I've been able to attend groups that happen other program days, such as book club and man cave, which I always wanted to attend but wasn't able to due to the long commute. Book club got me reading again. I used to read prior to my brain injury. Before book club, I used to only read sporadically. The group encourages me to keep on track. Each week we discuss what we read, the themes of the book, and the motivations of the characters. Man Cave is a weekly support and discussion group for men who attend Krempels Center. I enjoy the discussions in Man Cave and getting to better know my fellow men at Krempels Center. The virtual program means I can attend as much as I would like to, without the barrier of transportation. Once you've lost everything, you can come to Krempels Center and find yourself again. Thank you.
Well, thank you, David. I know that you worked very hard with staff member to be able to tell your story today. Your courage, perseverance, and continues to inspire not only other members of Krempels Center, but certainly is an inspiration to me. As the president of the board of Krempels Center, there are so many stories of those that have been able to rise from the disabilities and the events that happen in their lives and find a new trajectory that has meaning. I hope you've been inspired as well today. None of what you have seen today in the videos and the stories of the lives of those members of Krempels Center is possible without the backing of our supporters. Like many of you watching this now who have given generously for many years, this makes it possible for us to be here today. And I invite you to continue to give generously, not just for today, but for the future of brain injury survivors. None of us know what is in store for us tomorrow. And any day it could be one of us that has a story to tell. that Krempels Center has impacted our lives. I ask that you please click on the screen and hit that link and consider giving a multi-year pledge. As David Krempels pointed out, the mission has not changed. And if anything, we have an opportunity ahead of us to expand the scope of service that we're able to provide, not just to our Seacoast community, but for those that are in need of these services elsewhere that have been limited due to transportation. But none of that will be possible without your help and without your support. Please click on your screen, consider a multi-year pledge of $1,000 or more that helps with this, not only for you to join the stewardship circle, but for us to complete our mission and to continue providing these services to those that are in need. Remember, take a photo of yourself with your Krempels Center swag and use that hashtag Breakfast for Brain Injury 2020, so that we can all celebrate what we have accomplished this morning, as well as for the years to come for Krempels Center. I asked my Krempels Center staff and the founder to join me back on screen. Raise those mugs. Here's to 20 years with Krempels Center. And as David said, 20, 40, 100 years more to continue providing these vital services to the communities. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.